Hey, what's up guys? I'm Phil, this is 3D Japan, and in this box is the brand new Revopoint Pop 3 3D scanner. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so I did have to open this once because they asked me to confirm something that was in here. So, let's dump it out. Put this box away. And there we go. Now, that's a very nice package. So they had asked me to confirm about the calibration board and this board, which needs assembly for doing the marker tracking. And they said the ones that I got are the old ones. So set those aside. Then they sent me in a separate package the new ones, and we'll see how these work. So what else do we have in here? We have this is I believe this is a sticky pad which will stick this to our turntable. We have a USB to USB-C to USB-A adapter. This is the warranty card, a little baggie with some, let's open that up. Okay, baggie, we have some sample pack of marker stickers. Some blue tack to help keep our model in place while we're scanning. And we have a black plastic mat we can put down on the table to keep the table from getting scanned. Okay, what else do we have inside? First of all, this inside, I've never seen this before. The inside is very foamy and it's soft like velvet. Okay, we have a mini turntable, and this one they've actually improved this. It has a little knob you can turn, looks like, to adjust the speed. So that's great. It also will go clockwise or counterclockwise. There's a switch on there. That's really cool. Okay, we have a USB-A to USB-C cord. Here, this is our 2-in-1 mobile cable for connecting the scanner to your phone. Here we have a USB cable type C to type A. We'll connect to your computer. And then here we have our tripod. Open it up. And yeah. Okay, little mini tripod. And we've got our phone adapter to hold your phone. Place you over there. We have our sample model for scanning, which I've scanned this guy many times. I'm not going to scan him again. And we have the Pop 3 itself. Let's open that up. Okay. Now this one, it looks a bit like the Revopoint Mini, but we've got some nice touch-sensitive buttons on the back. We got our nice cord, where the cord goes in. This one actually looks really nice. So I'm going to be taking this out in the world, and we're going to be scanning some things out in the world that I just find around. So let's get scanning. Hey, I'm outside now. I'm at the local park, and I was walking around looking for different things that might look interesting to scan, and I came across this thing. And yeah, I found out this is actually called a lawn hydrant. and I thought it would be fun to scan. Unfortunately, the scanner does not work in the daytime with the bright sunlight, so I'm going to come back at dusk and I will get it scanned and we'll show you the results. All right, here's my scan. I think it came out pretty good. It's really nice and smooth. Let's hide that. Okay, yeah, it looks really good. And now I didn't get underneath of here, or inside, of course, but everything overall looks really nice. I did have a little bit of trouble getting the stripe on this padlock because it was very dark, and it's a dark color. But overall, most of it came out pretty well. And I think if I were to go back there and scan a little bit more, and of course if I had some scanning spray, but this doesn't belong to me, so it might look weird if I'm spraying something on here. So I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, overall, it looks really good. And so while I was out there, oh, here, let's take a look at it with no textures. Okay, there we go, with no textures. You can see, the numbers on here and the letters all came out really well. It's not really rough or bumpy or not too much noise or anything on there. Now, they had originally suggested from Revopoint to use the high-speed mode, but that was making it very noisy for some reason. So I just went back to the standard mode, and it came out like this. It looks really good. And along with this, I did go ahead and scan a few more things outside. One is this kid who is, it looks like he has a baseball bat, but he's actually fishing. And this statue is at a local park, and I did this scan really quick because there were a bunch of kids hanging around, and one of them started climbing on the statues while I was trying to scan it, so I had to stop it early. But I think it came out really good. Like, some of this hair looks really nice up here. This is a bronze statue, so the real one is very dark colored, like very dark brown. But I think it came out pretty good. There's some like little rough spots in here that I think could be easily smoothed out. Like, here I've got a smoothing tool here. I could probably smooth it out. Oops. Pick the right file. I can smooth that out. And yeah, and maybe just do a little bit of quick sculpting to clean it up. And I think it would look really good. Okay, next one is at the same park. And this one I got pretty much the whole thing. Is a rock. I have tried to scan this rock with every Revopoint scanner, and this is the best result I've gotten. I think it looks really good. Yeah, oh, there's a tiny hole up there that I missed, but yeah, the details came out really nice in this. Let's switch over to the render tab here. I've got some lights set up and turn on the real-time render, and boy, that really makes some of those details pop. See some different angles. Yeah, this would look really great if I retopologize this. I could just use it right in a game or something. Okay, so let's move on and see what we can do on desktop, in a desktop mode. Okay, so we've taken a look at what this scanner can do in handheld mode outside, which is one of the things I really love about these Revopoint scanners, is that they can be used with no computer, just your phone, just whenever you happen to be out and about. But now let's take a look at what it can do here inside. Hooked up to a laptop, and we've got a turntable here with my completely 3D printed Mario. We'll put on the turntable and see how he does. First, I've got some of the blue tack that came with him, and this Mario is a little bit wobbly, so I'm going to put some under his feet. A little bit under there. And okay, and a little bit under there. There we go. I'll just press him in. There we go. Fairly steady now. All right. Now let's get the scanner plugged in. The turntable is plugged into the laptop just to get power. Okay, scanner is plugged in. Okay. Turn on the turntable. There we go. And we'll start a new project. Okay, we've got it set to high accuracy. And feature tracking, and okay, and I'm going to turn on the color. Okay, and now we can start a new scan. Oh, there we go. There's our friend Mario. Now this actually, I set this up just randomly like that, but it turns out it's pretty good. On the right side of the screen here, the viewport, you can see a little graph, and it shows that it should be maybe slightly closer. You want it to be green and in the excellent zone. So let's move it a little bit closer. Okay, and then I'm going to maybe move it down a little bit. I want to make sure I get all of him in, his feet and all. Okay, and I'm looking at the depth camera on the left side to make sure I've got most of him in that little mini square in there. Okay, that looks like that should do it. And so there we go, we can hit the scan button, or the start button. Yeah, it's doing a pretty good job, but I've noticed that I forgot to adjust the exposure in the depth camera. So let's pause it there. And we've got auto exposure on. Let's turn that off. And I'm going to adjust it up a little brighter. So you can get a little bit of that red. Ideally, we wouldn't have any blue, meaning too dark, or red, meaning too bright. So this actually looks pretty good where it is. So let's do another pass. And it picks up right where it left off. Okay, so it's having a little trouble picking up his hair and his mustache. So while it's scanning, I can go ahead and just increase the exposure now. And try to get some of the darker things like his shoes and his hair and his mustache. Alright, that's another full rotation. I'm going to try getting a different angle where I'm going to lower this and maybe move it back a little now that it's lowered. I'm just trying to make sure I can get all of him in there. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm trying to do one more pass. Okay, that should be pretty good. We'll pause that there. And now let's try and get him maybe from the side so we can get under his feet. All right. I'll move that blue tack. And let's try this side. I don't know if... okay, that actually looks pretty good. I don't even need the blue tack for that. Okay, let's raise it back up a little more. Okay, I'm going to increase the exposure a little bit more. Okay, and we'll start again. Now I'm going to have all these little white dots from the tracking markers that I can just delete from scan. That should be no problem. Okay, I think that should do it. Let's clean up the scan, get rid of all these white dots, and we'll see how he looks. Alright, so here's the results of the Mario scan. He looks great. Now some of the textures have the reflection on it because he was shiny plastic, but overall I think he looks really good. Now, all the details came out really well. These horizontal lines, I think those are actually in the model, the 3D print. We've got underneath his feet. That looks pretty good. So yeah, everything looks really nice. There was a little bit of noise kind of between his legs, but I was able to use the RevoScan software to delete that. And so let's take a look with no textures. Okay, yeah, it came out really good, and like even the M on his hat is visible. Underneath the hat is not perfect, but pretty good. You know, nice looking between the legs and everything, and underneath, under his feet. There's a little divot here. I'm not sure if that's in the original scan or the original print or not. But overall, he looks pretty good. There's some text up here which you can't really read. I think that's also hard to read in the print. I think it's the name of the guy who modeled this. But yeah, there it is. Now, seeing as I am in a painting software here, I could come in and repaint these or use like a clone tool to get rid of these little shiny areas. It would take a little while, but it would make it look much nicer. And maybe smooth out a couple of these little bumps around here. And who knows, maybe he'd be ready to use a background for a video or something. So that is our look at the Revopoint Pop 3. We've done quite a bit with it. We've got some handheld scanning done outside, some really interesting scans out there. This would be great if you wanted to go out maybe in your park. You could scan some tree stumps, just various things that you find out there. Maybe use them in your game or something, and then you can come home and use it like this to scan some smaller objects you have. So if you want to learn more about the Revopoint Pop 3, I will have a link down below where you can check out their website and maybe order one if you like it. And that's it for our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button and please subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. And we'll see you next time.